Hi. I just wanted to note, this is going to be a little bit of a mixed bag, but it's just noticing a change, a shift in perceptions and visibility of death and dying. It is definitely changing. Now I know, it's a long, long way to go before things like the right to die are part of public awareness in anything but an uncomfortable way, and with the sort of attendant resistance that there is in the law and with the medics. But I think this is not just one subject. It's about the whole, everything surrounding death and dying. And there's two things that I've noticed recently. I think one is actually more notable than the other. I saw for the first time in my life an advert on undertakers. And it was quite a well put together advert, actually. It was done in a fairly humorous way, but a respectful way, in a straightforward way. It was sort of people talking about what they would want at their funeral, what they would want when they died, in a kind of fairly pragmatic way, or some people being a bit jokey because that's what they would be. Just people talking openly about it, which I thought was fantastic. I know it was a commercial outlet, but I think, whilst I'm pretty anti-commercialism and materialism, I think that the fact that it's going out there in advertising and in the media in general is a good indication of what is bubbling under the surface, of the changes that are beginning to take place. And of course something like that will gather momentum. So I think it's a huge step. The other thing is, I have mentioned before this organisation called Dying Matters, which is a British initiative, government funded, and I'm a bit peeved with them generally, because anytime I've written to them they've just ignored what I've written, and I know I'm not some big flashy organisation, so they don't have to, and I'm not dying, but I do find it somewhat discourteous and not terribly helpful. However, they've also said they continue to send me their bump, which I can do with as I wish, I suppose. And they've just recently sent me a great kind of range of leaflets, all of which are pretty similar in content. But I'll just pick one, because they're all, as I said, the content is very similar. It's quite repetitive, but it's just, I can't see whether you can see this, because if I put it between me and the screen I can't see anything. It's just, oh no, that's not very good, is it? It just is there to kind of encourage people to discuss it. Now I'm guessing that by and large this is going to be in hospices, which kind of defeats the object. But nonetheless, that's another good thing, that nothing's going to change until people stop being frightened of talking about death, dying, experiences of illness and terminal illness and degenerative disease and so on and so forth. So I'm actually going to put a link to a new forum for people who are seeking to leave due to untenable illnesses and so on. And I just think it's important that we continue to gradually raise awareness and get people talking about this. We're all going to die. I think it's really important that we stop turning our face from it in any way, whether that be in religious terms and sort of whatever happens after we die. It doesn't actually matter in this context. We've all got to physically die. Or in scientific context where people use it almost like a religion, or we will conquer death. Well, we ain't done it yet. So chances are you are going to die. And whilst obsessing about it is no use, nor is pretending it's not there. It certainly doesn't help the people who are in a difficult position of heading towards death and desperately needing to talk about it openly with those they're close to. So this is just, as a little developmental commentary, just to note the slight shifts that are taking place that I think are helpful